Hey, so what's good in the hood? This is Chef Greg. This is my GoFundMe video. I'm not gonna get too, you know, uh, wordy with all of this. I'm hoping to just get straight into the numbers. But in any event, if you are here, you are interested in helping to or contribute through GoFundMe for my pop-up micro commercial kitchen, and I'd like to say thank you. The pop-up micro commercial kitchen was an original idea that I had. And it was inspired by some videos that I had been watching and wanting to be able to prepare some delicious meals with little or no or minimum effort, or at least minimum time. As far as when I'm preparing it, I'm not still having to stand over it, but also prepare food for my family. So again, I said I wasn't going to get too wordy, and it seems like that was a bit wordy. But let's just dive right into it. Again, if you're here, you're hoping to either to invest or to contribute in some financial way towards the pop-up micro commercial kitchen. Again, I developed the process of wireless temperature monitoring redundancy that I spoke about on my YouTube channel. And basically what that is again, is that as it is that I'm adhering to my local Department of Health requirements and guidelines for a temporary food establishment, because that is what the pop-up micro commercial kitchen is. It is a temporary food establishment. Basically, sorry about that. Basically, again, mine is my restaurant. In my head, this is my restaurant. I do recognize that there are some rules and some laws that I have to follow and some guidelines that I have to follow as it relates to the Department of Health in my jurisdiction. But at the same time, what I did recognize is that because I'm a temporary food establishment, a lot of those guidelines and requirements that would fall on a brick and mortar restaurant or on a food truck, in this particular scenario, as it relates to the pop-up micro commercial kitchen, I was able to, or I have been able to figure it out, kind of on the fly, but at the same time, be able to streamline it and make it such that, it would be an acceptable form or acceptable method of selling and serving prepared proteins and other meals, delicious meals, either at street festivals or different venues. Again, think about this like a food truck, with this is the annex for the food truck. So if you ask yourself the question, how many people do you know with more than one food truck? Well, with a pop-up micro commercial kitchen, that number could be, 10. You could know somebody with 10 food trucks, because for the price of that one startup food truck, for the price of one, and the average price of a food truck startup is $50,000 to $58,000. You could purchase 10, 9 of the PUMCKITs. Again, the total price that I was able to come up with, the 11 different appliances, required appliances that you would need for this particular mock-up, for this inflatable pop-up micro kitchen, total $5,886.69. Now, the other part of this again, before I even go past that, there's no place on the planet where you can start a restaurant for under $6,000. No place, none. I mean, if there is, it's just you out there with your grill hustling the best you can, and I commend that. I'm not knocking that, but yeah, in order to run it like a full-fledged business restaurant, I'm actually using a POS system, point of sale system, which is Square. I won't take any cash because again, that makes it very dangerous for me, and as it will for you. And once we get Neighborhood Foodies up and we get the We All Eat campaign going, and we've got these 38,000 PUMCKITs out, and we have all these people flying the same flag, so to speak, as a Neighborhood Foodies flag, that is rule number one. We don't take cash because it endangers our lives, it makes it unsafe for us, and ultimately it will destroy the business. It will destroy the business model because again, there's no real protection for you out there. If you're out there actually trying to get your money. So, or run your business, run your I should say, when you're out there trying to run your temporary food establishment. So anyway, let's go over these numbers real quick. On a global level, worldwide, last year alone, the food truck worldwide revenue business was $4.5 billion. $4.5 billion. I've already in the beginning of this video have expressed to you that the cost of the PUMCKIT is about 1/10 of the price of, I'm sorry, 20%, not 1/10, 20% the price of or 10%, excuse me. Yeah, this is the GoFundMe where I get the numbers wrong, right? No, but 10% of the cost of a startup for a food truck. Well, again, if 4.5 billion was what the revenue was for worldwide revenue for food trucks, then valuation for this business startup for 38,000 should very easily, or could very easily, excuse me, not 38,000, but for the sake of what we're talking about for food truck, it should be very easily $45 million. It could be $450 million, or it could be up to $4.5 billion, depending on how it is that that industry accepts the PUMCKIT and uses it. Now, again, and I'm not trying to go back over the logistics. We really just kind of wanted to deal with the financial numbers. But you're going to need to have access to a prep kitchen, a permitted licensed prep kitchen in your jurisdiction in order for this to work. Because again, we're using sous vide. Department of Health, I've found, is not leery. Well, I guess leery is the best word I can come up with sous vide. But the main reason why that is because everybody wants to cook their proteins at this desired temp, and they have a set temperature, and they want to make sure that people are doing it. So again, that's where my wireless temperature monitoring redundancy comes in, because one of the third step of the temperature redundancy, of course, is temperature monitoring, the cataloging and the documenting and the reporting through your social media, live reporting of make sure that you are within the guidelines of your local Department of Health. But anyway, the other part of this is that there's also the restaurant industry. Last year, worldwide restaurant revenue was $26 trillion. $26 trillion. I'm going to say it again. Just in 2023 alone, only, worldwide restaurant revenue was $26 trillion. The PUMCKIT will allow the flexibility of the PUMCKIT is, the scalability of it is limitless. It's limitless. This accumulation of appliances and this method of preparing the food and chilling the food and storing the food, it's revolutionary. It will be revolutionary in the restaurant industry. Now, I'm not inventing sous vide. I'm not inventing air frying, and I'm not inventing Instapot. What I've done is I've brought them all together in this culmination of the perfect little, combo, sextet, jazz, whatever, jazz ensemble, whatever you want to call it, an orchestra, to create a pop-up micro gourmet kitchen. And if you don't believe it's gourmet, then all you have to do is go to the apps and the websites of these appliances, and you'll see the menu, the recipe options. It's hundreds upon thousands of different options for recipes. You content creators who have been following these manufacturers, Tyfer, Anchor, Anova, Instant Pot. You guys know, already. So let's get back to that 26 trillion. Basically, every last restaurant in the business could get one of these, and they would extend their exposure in the area that they're in, the city that they're in, or in the city that they're not in. Again, it's up to you to figure out the logistics of what it is that you're trying to do. But trust me, McDonald's and all those guys will maintain their competitive edge because they've got everything already set up. Neighborhood Foodies will at some point become this huge franchisee, where we're doing billions upon billions of dollars. But again, it's all about you. It's going to all be all about the person that decides to take this on and follow the guidelines that Neighborhood Foodie set, but at the same time go out there and set your own brand. So back to this 26 trillion, every restaurant that has contributed to that revenue data, can use the PUMCKIT. So the valuation for the PUMCKIT, I mean, I can't say limitless because there are limits, but it is now in a $26 trillion pool that it's swimming around in. Yeah, it's in a $4.5 billion pool. Yeah, that's easy. That food truck, that's gonna be easy. But then you've got these guys in these restaurants that are, wait staff and kitchen help, and all they've ever wanted was enough money to, after punching that clock, was to Hey man, save enough money where they can open their own spot. But with a pump kit, a pop-up micro commercial kitchen, you can do that for under $6,000. Imagine what the insurance. Imagine now what your temporary food establishment insurance is, as opposed to your brick and mortar restaurant insurance is. And we're going to go through this whole process. We're going to help. I'm hopeful that you guys will be with me to help grow neighborhood foodies, from the ground up. And this is the ground floor, so I'm hopeful that chat, that those people that subscribe to my channel and follow me, that they will continue to do so and continue to help me along this path. Again, I did not say that what it is that I'm requesting in GoFundMe is $600,000. I knew that I had to make it reasonable. And basically what that money is going to pay for is going to pay for the first 100 kits, the first 100 pump kits that we would send out for our We All Eat campaign. And again, just to reiterate, the We All Eat campaign is a campaign where I kind of match the total number of restaurant, McDonald's restaurants there are worldwide, which I've been told that number is, and we'll just keep it nice and even and round, 38,000. 38,000 McDonald's locations. 38,000 McDonald's locations, and it cost them $1 million to build a McDonald's. So if each one of them did cost $1 million, that's $38 billion that they spent in just construction and setup. $38 billion. So yeah, that $25 billion a year, yeah, McDonald's is doing pretty good. They're doing pretty good, But what if they could do it for 223 million? What if they could go into these little food deserts, into these little communities, where people are older and they would love to go to McDonald's, but they don't want to sit in line, and they don't want to do this, and they don't want to do that, but they do like the convenience of being able to order online and just pull up and get it. Yeah, that's what the neighborhood foodies is going to be in your community. That's what neighborhood foodies can be at your church, between Sunday school and main worship. You could be serving breakfast. After main worship, you could be serving Sunday dinner. You only really require 2 people in the tent, and the reason why it's required 2 people is because somebody might need to go to the bathroom. And you can break it down in 15 minutes. You can break the whole kit down, put everything back in your truck or in the trunk of your car, deflate the tent, roll it back up, put it back in, go to the bathroom, and come back and reset it up in 15 minutes. Again, the flexibility, the scalability of the pump kit is limitless. That's the only way I can describe it. So again, my ask is $600,000. It's going to be for the first 100 kits that we can send out worldwide. Now, I know that a lot of you guys can do math, and you know that that is $586,000. But the remainder of that will go for me retaining legal representation to help me grow this, to help me launch this into a global brand. This will be a global brand launch. Neighborhood Foodies will be a global brand launch. Again, we're swimming around in a $26 trillion restaurant swimming pool. This is going to be a global launch. So if it is that you guys are interested in contributing to my GoFundMe, please do so. I encourage you to do so. If it is that you're interested in sponsoring or providing some partnership or wanting to invest, please let me know that through, nfoodies001@gmail.com. All of my social media is nfoodies, and that's N as in Nancy or neighborhood, NFOODIES 001. That's Instagram, TikTok, X, which used to be Twitter, my YouTube channel, of course. If it is that you want to just help me out and you are not interested in really being part of this GoFundMe, I actually have a nfoodies Cash App, nfoodies001 Cash App. And if it is that you guys do Venmo, let me know in chat and I can provide you some information on that. I don't currently have an nfoodies Venmo because they only allow you one Venmo, and I already have a Venmo. But if it is that you guys want to do that, again, and that's to contribute to me directly, I won't say off the books, but you know what I mean. If you really just want to say, hey, Chef Greg, here go a couple dollars, man, make it happen. Go buy you some backup equipment, whatever. Because again, I'm still going to do this on my own. I'm hopeful that I will get some corporate sponsorship from Vivor, Tyfer, Anchor, Instant Pot, Square, Anova, all of the brands that I personally am going to stamp. But again, I know that there's a lot of content creators out there who have their own experiences with their own brands of the same devices or the same appliances. Hey, man, as I've explained in the past, PUMCKIT is about freedom and power. Freedom and power. That's not smoke. That's the real deal. Freedom and power is what it is that the Pump Kit is all about. It gives you the freedom to go out there and try to make some change, some financial change for yourself. It gives you the freedom to go out there and start a business for yourself and not be encumbered by the fact that you don't really have any credit, you don't have any money, you don't have any access to any land, you don't know any landlords, you can't find any buildings in the right spot. Hey man, the Pump Kit makes you be able to do it wherever you at. Set it up. If there's a festival in town, go handle it. But the other thing that I need to tell you guys about the Pump Kit, well, two things. Well, always remember that it took me so long to get this together, so I had to get my copyright, get all of my protection together. But I also recognize that the pop-up micro commercial kitchen, the original idea of that was my idea. But the basics apparatus of this whole thing is actually a pop-up micro commercial kit. Because there's a whole lot, and that takes you into the retail. Now we're into the retail end of the pool, and well, that's higher than $26 trillion. So if it is that you guys are looking to invest, if it is that you have knowledge and experience with brand launches, with with brand launching, is what I'm trying to say. Be it local, domestic, or global, please reach out to me. I'm trying to learn as much as I can on the fly. Again, the Pump Kit is in these two spaces where the moment I set it down, the current is just going to take it and it's just going to run away. It's going to run. It's going to run. And I'll have people offering me money for a variety of reasons. I know that a lot of people are eager, and my marketing, all of my marketing strategy and all of my marketing planning is now, with the completion of this GoFundMe video, is now in full effect. I will be reaching out to all of the vendors that I've already named in this video and letting them know. Actually, I can do that right now since they're probably, I'm hoping that they're listening. So Vivor, you have six items on this list, and I'm gonna make them all available to you. And on your in your cart, those items total $1,644.94. If you were to deliver 38,000 of those in the We All Eat campaign, your end of that is $62.5 million. Vivor, 62.5 million from $1,644.94. Multiplied by 38,000, but yeah, you get it. Typher, you're looking at 24.4 million. Anchor, you're looking at 114 million. Instant Pot, you're looking at 7.6 million. And Anova, you're looking at $15 million. In foodies001@gmail.com if you guys are interested in contacting me about sponsorship, partnership, investment. But yeah, it's getting ready to be holiday season, man. Let's get these 100 kits out. I know I'm hopeful that these manufacturers at least have 100 of these items in inventory. I'm sure that there are other avenues and streams, a la Amazon or whatever, where you can get some of these items. But the prices that I quoted there are direct from the manufacturer's websites. So that's their retail price. So again, if you can get it cheaper, good for you. But that only helps my cause as being the cheapest restaurant startup ever. So in that, I'd like to say thank you very much, and God bless. Again, this is all God's plan for me. If it's part of God's plan for you, let's go get it.